And joining us now on our Book Talk segment, great to welcome best-selling novelist Allison Leotta. She's got a new one out called A Good Killing, and she joined us now by telephone from up in the nation's capital today. She's on a busy book tour, so we'll get to find out how it's going with her. And Allison, good to talk with you. How are you today?
You too, Doug. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yeah, good to have a chance to chat with you for a couple of minutes. First of all, congratulations on not only this book, but the success of your previous books. You're on a bit of a roll here.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah. Now, this particular book, and I don't like to give too much away on the novel, so I won't do that. I'll try not to do that. But this is kind of based a little bit, from what I understand, on the Sandusky case, right? Penn State, based a little bit on maybe not exactly, but a little bit about that, right?
It does take inspiration from that, although I must say that the Sandusky case is really the highest profile example of an interaction that I saw over and over again as a sex crimes prosecutor in D.C. And that is, I don't want to scare your listeners, Doug, but usually the monster we need to be afraid of is not the guy in the bushes. It's not the stranger that we're going to run away from at night. It's someone we know. It's someone we trust. It's someone who doesn't break in through our window, but who we let in through our front door.
Yeah, that is the scariest thing. And you see shows like, the SVU show and those other ones on TV, and it's often the person, either a relative or somebody quite well known to the person who gets assaulted that does this. That's the scary part.
It is, because you don't know to run away. Your instincts aren't on high alert, and a lot of times predators use that trust and that access to get to you.
As you mentioned, you were a sex crimes prosecutor in the nation's capital, and I mean, it's sad things that you've had to deal with, but it gives you, I guess, great material for writing these types of novels, right? I mean, you met all sorts of different kind of people along the way doing that.
I did. I kept coming home from the courthouse and saying, someone should put this in a novel. This needs to go in a novel. And finally, I did start doing that. What I tried to do is take the most interesting parts of the cases that I saw, the most intriguing aspects of different personalities that I came across, from detectives and judges to the defendants, the predators, their mothers and grandmothers. Take all those interesting things and put them together in stories that would both entertain and teach.
And your main character is, I'm guessing she's based on you. It's a sex crimes prosecutor, Anna Curtis. So I would take it a lot of you is in her.
A lot of me is in her. She definitely has my job. She sees what I saw. She has my reactions to things. But I have to say, Anna is a lot more interesting than I am. I'm a married mom of two. My days consist of Matchbox cars and Cheerios when I'm not writing. Whereas Anna has a much more exciting life than I do, which, you have to. You wouldn't want to read a novel about me, but she makes for a pretty interesting protagonist, I think.
Well, I guess that's the fun of it, in a sense. I mean, you can, in your imagination, you can kind of live through a fantasy in your character, right? What maybe you would like to do.
Yes, and, I can put her fictional bar license on the line in a way that I never would my own real license.
Now, I'll just give a quick intro. You tell the synopsis of the story, but she goes home to her hometown in Michigan, and I guess it's her sister that's in trouble, right? She has a murder charge?
Exactly right. So she's a sex crimes prosecutor. This is her fourth outing. Each of the books are a standalone. But Anna goes home to Michigan, where her sister Jody has been charged with killing this football coach, who's really a kind of a golden boy local hero. Anna uses an obscure DOJ loophole to go on the other side of the courtroom and actually defend her sister against these murder charges. And as she scratches the surface of her hometown, she realizes her sister and everyone else are lying to her, and she is just beginning to see all the secrets that are held in this small town where she grew up.
Secrets are always great plot points, aren't they?
They really are. They really are. They say a good mystery writer is someone who can take an answer and turn it into a question. So I started off knowing what a lot of these secrets are, and the fun is revealing them one by one.
When you write a character, like you said, Anna Curtis, this is the fourth novel with her in it, right?
It is.
Does she change a lot from, say, book one to now book four?
She does. She was a rookie in book one. So you really see the legal system from the eyes of this wide-eyed young person who had no idea what she's getting herself into. And over the next couple of books, she got more experience, more seasoned, a little bit more gritty. And in this one, she faces a real change. One of the biggest changes, I think, in the series, which is she's on the other side of the courtroom. She's doing what she's never done before, and this is the most personal story for her yet. So it really does affect her.
Yeah, she's a defense attorney in this one, which is a totally different type of trial lawyering, isn't it?
It is. It's a very different animal, and she struggles to come to grips with that, because that is not the type of person she is. She kind of sees it as cats and dogs, and she's a dog, and now she's asked to be a cat, and she is not sure she can do it.
But when you write a story like this, are you a writer that likes doing dialogue? Do you do it out loud, or how do you go about that process? Characters
I do like dialogue. Yeah, I think that lawyers, and particularly prosecutors, have an advantage in dialogue because we see our transcripts so often. We have this conversation either in the grand jury or in the courtroom, and then it's transcribed by a court reporter, and then you read it afterwards. And so you really, it's almost forced on you how your language works and how the rhythms, the cadences of your conversations that you have. So I like dialogue.
Is that what you do then? You see the court reporter there and all these TV shows in the courtroom, so you actually get that every day and go over it as the trial goes on?
Well, not as the trial goes on, but mostly it's when an appeal happens. It's when a defendant appeals, and then you end up reading the whole trial over again, and you see what you said. And sometimes you say, "Oh, that was a great little argument there," and sometimes you say, "Oh, I can't believe I said that." But it's all there in black and white.
I always wondered what they did with that when the trial was over. So that goes into a record in case there is an appeal. All right, interesting.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you sit down to write this particular story or any of your novels, how do you go about it? Are you an outline person? Do you kind of write it out in 5 or 6 pages where you want to go, or what's your process?
I am a plotter, and it's longer than 5 or 6 pages for me. I'm your type A. First, I start with the kernel of an idea and kind of expand it from there into a 1-page sort of bullet point outline, and then it expands into 10 to 15 pages where I've really written out what's going to happen in each chapter along the way.
Has any of your characters, and I've asked other novelists this, maybe gone a different direction as you're writing it that you don't expect? A lot of them say that's common. Does that happen to you?
It does. I think that looking at the outline for your novel is kind of like looking at Google Earth or Google Maps for a neighborhood. You can get a sense of what it's like, and you can know the general direction that you're going, but it's only when you're on the ground actually walking on those sidewalks that you see, whether that corner coffee store has flower boxes or bulletproof glass on its windows.
Now, this book, obviously, it's suspense, a thriller, a legal drama, so you got all the great elements of making it a compelling story. I guess that's the biggest challenge when you write a story like this. Keep it compelling, keep the suspense going, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, at the end of the day, is it entertaining? As a prosecutor, you don't need to entertain. I mean, you kind of have to entertain because you've got a jury and you don't want anyone to fall asleep. But mostly what you're trying to do is you're trying to get at the truth. What's the truth? What really happened? What did people see? That's what you're getting at. And as a novelist, you're trying to get at the truth, but from a different direction. And what you have to do, your first job is you have to entertain. Each page has to deliver something that is delighting the reader and want them to read the next page. And so that's what I really try to do in my books, and I try to do in A Good Killing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, the name of the book, A Good Killing. We've been talking with Allison Leotta today, and this just came out this week, and I'm sure it's going to be as successful or more. Do you want to give out your website, Allison? I know it's available in all the stores, but give out a website. People can get a hold of you if they like.
Sure, it's AllisonLeotta.com, AllisonLeotta.
Great. Allison, appreciate you taking a few minutes. I know you're on a busy book tour, but please keep in touch, and next book comes out, we'd love to have you on again. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much, Doug. It's great talking to you.
If you'd like to order the book we're talking about, please go to DougMilesMedia.com and enter the author's name in the Amazon search box. Thank you for listening. Please come back soon for more conversations here at DougMilesMedia.com. This has been a presentation of Doug Miles Media, all rights reserved. You can listen to or download previous programs at iTunes, Stitcher.com, or Doug Miles Media.